what happened is that I had a summer job, then I decided, gee, I better look for further work, and I wanted to do this. My employer, which was Chevron Minerals in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan that summer, short job, he handed me the SME guide and said, here's a list. If you're going to move to Denver, which was the plan, you know, help yourself. And so I did, and you know, I was looking for companies that I had even heard of in Denver, let alone I didn't really know people. But the space at that point in time, it was 1977, I knew no women in the industry. I chose companies I respected or knew about, and really cold called, and was able to interview with 8 companies in 2 days.
In Denver?
In Denver. Got a few job offers, and ultimately took the job with Anaconda.
So do you remember who interviewed you with Anaconda?
I do. Doug Dunnett, an Australian. He'd come over from Anaconda, Australia, and was running the Rocky Mountain Exploration Group. Great guy. And Bob Seklemian, who was basically in charge of the uranium exploration division. And I ended up working with Doug Dunnett and his Rocky Mountain Exploration Group.
And so what was your first job?
My first job was, because it was fall, they didn't really have a way to hire people in the fall. They didn't have any openings, so he put me on effectively a summer contract for 6 months. And I went out to the Dolly Varden Range, to the Victoria Mine, copper mine, and did a regional map of the entire mountain range until the snow flowed.
Who taught you how to map, going back a bit, before that?
I've always enjoyed mapping, and for that matter, core logging, and I enjoyed the detail of it and the interpretation. And
because one of the things we hear today is that students are entering the workforce unable to map. And so somebody must have given you some good tuition in that.
I really give that credit to my senior thesis, undergraduate thesis mentor, who was Ed Buettner at Franklin and Marshall College, structural geologist. We not only mapped, we drafted, and we were graded on presentation and understanding the mapping process, and really a great background.
A big thumbs up to Ed then, eh?
A big thumbs up to Ed. And then that actually came into play a lot when I began training with Anaconda, because there's a lot of detail involved in analysis of, as you know, porphyry coppers.
So the mapping around the Victoria mine, we can assume, went well, because they presumably, at the end of that calendar year, gave you a full-time job. Is that what happened?
They did.
Okay.
And I was in the first crew to go to the Rico district in southwestern Colorado. And again, it was a putting together a regional picture of a classic Manto-style silver lead zinc district. And turns out there's a buried Henderson-style Molly porphyry there. That's driving it, 4 million years old. So, and beautiful.
Fabulous geology.
Fabulous geology.
Who was on that team, do you remember?
My team was, Goral Demo.
Goral.
Down there,
okay,
yes.
Excellent.
Bill Wright from the Reno office. And I'm trying to think, there were just 4 of us.
Good people.
Yeah.